I'm running out the door to go. I don't really know what I'm going to. Alex said we had plans, so I just wanted to sit down and get ready. So I just filmed this look right here. It's just a little smoky eye incorporating some browns with a pinky neutral lip, and incorporating also some of the new products that I mentioned in my unboxing video that I just posted. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and as always, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, pretty please, and like and share with your friends and family so that everyone can give this look a go. Also, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and that way you can get updates whenever I put new videos up. Again, guys, thank you for visiting my channel. I really do appreciate it. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Hello, guys. Okay, I have jambalaya waiting for me downstairs, so we're going to make this fast. I'm going to start with moisturizing my skin, and I'm only doing this at the beginning because I'm going to be doing my eyes first. If I were going to be doing my face first, then I would have moisturized like 30 minutes before this. So I'm going in with Tarte Shape Tape and putting that on my eyelids to conceal them. This is just going to be like a base or a primer for my eyeshadow. And then I'm blending it out with a beauty blender. Then I'm picking up this whitish off-white color from MAC. It is called Blanc Type, and I'm just using this to set that concealer on my eyes so that when I go in with eyeshadows, it'll be a whole lot easier to blend everything together. And I'm doing this just on any fluffy brush, you know, to get the color everywhere. Then I'm picking up MAC Wedge and a fluffy-haired synthetic brush. This one I think is by Sigma, but I'm just dusting that all in my crease, going back and forth in windshield wiper motions as always, and this is going to be my transition color that I am using for this look today. So we just want to make sure that it's super blended and in the crease so that when we go over with other colors, everything will be blended flawlessly and seamlessly, which is obviously what we want to do. Then I'm picking up this shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette. I don't know the name of this shade. I will list it down below for you guys in the order that I did this because I lost my card with all the names on them. So until I find that, everything's just going to have to be listed down below because I don't know the names by heart. But I'm just going over that wedge color, buffing that all into my crease as well. Then I'm picking up Makeup Geek Creme Brulee, which I just talked about in my last video. Such a beautiful color, such a perfect transition color, and also just a perfect color to warm up a look. So I'm just going over that wedge and that brownish color from the Jaclyn Hill palette that I just used. I'm going over that and just buffing into my crease and blending. Then I'm picking up this caramel color, and I just wanted to show that there's a shade in the Lorac Pro Mega 2 palette that looks just like the one in the Jaclyn Hill palette. It's a perfect dupe. It's just like a warm caramelized, I call it a camel color because that's what I think of. And it just really is going to warm up that look. I'm actually going to bring that color down a little bit more towards my lash line, more so than I did with any of the other colors. So buffing it into my crease and pulling it down toward the lash line. Then I'm picking up this contour shade from the Anastasia Contour Kit, and I'm throwing that in the crease. If you don't know, contour shades are so perfect to put in your eyes because of what they are used for. They create depth, so when you put them in your on your eyes, it will create great depth for your eyes as well. And definitely, obviously, bring warmth because that seems to be what I feel like doing all the time. So then I'm taking this color. It is a new color by Makeup Geek. Well, it's a new color for me. It's called Americano, and this is just a beautiful, rich brown. And I wanted to have a dark, rich brown in my outer corner. So I am really focusing on the outer lower corner of my lid, just pushing that in and bringing it down toward my lash line and kind of fading it out as I go. I'm using a goat hair brush for this, so it is not going to distribute so much product. It's going to just like lightly, and then you can more easily build up when you use a goat hair brush. Then I'm picking up this brown eyeshadow from MAC. I believe it is ground brown, but I will list that down below as well. And I'm going over that Americano shade. The Americano has more of a of a red undertone, and the other color has more of a true brown. Then I'm picking up this shade, which I have no idea what the name is, so I will list that down below as well. I am going in and putting that over these browns as well. I just wanted a really amazing range of browns that were dark and rich in color to smoke out that lower lash to outer crease. Then I'm just picking up a brush with no product on it and blending all of that out, because blending is so important. We know this. I've said this 100 times. But I'm just really focusing on those colors. And excuse me while I, die over John Mayer, because I was listening to John Mayer, and geez, I guess I was just really happy. So, excuse me. If you're a John Mayer fan, please like this video. Then I'm going back in with that blending brush and being sure to continue to blend. Now I am picking up some of that Tarte Shape Tape Concealer that I used in the beginning, and I am carving out my lid. So this is going to be like somewhat of a cut crease, but that wasn't really the purpose for me. I just really wanted a blank canvas for the lid color that I will be going over this with, and this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer was going to be great for that. So I'm taking that on just a flat, thin brush, and I am just pushing that all over my lid, bringing it out, and really being careful not to go up too high in my crease. I'm trying to keep that concealer on my lid and make sure that when I'm carving, it is remaining on the lid and not going up into the crease, because that will just defeat the purpose of carving this out for that other shade I'm going to go over it with. So just be careful whenever you're doing this. Make sure you are using a very flat, very thin brush, and really focusing on carving out. Then I'm picking up that brush again just to blend the shades in my crease, because I don't want any harsh lines, obviously. So just being careful to buff that out. Now I'm picking up another Makeup Geek eyeshadow. This is in the shade Chickadee, and I'm doing exactly what I said in my last video, which I will link down below if you have not seen it. This shade is perfect for a nice, for picking up a nice fluffy brush and buffing it into your outer crease, higher up, more so higher up than lower into the bottom. And then I'm also doing the same thing with this MAC orange color. I'm just doing that to kind of like warm up the crease a little bit more, but just ever so slightly buffing that into the crease. Now I'm picking up MAC Blanc Type, which is that shade I used at the very beginning. And I am just putting that all over the concealer that I just applied, just carving out that lid. I wanted this color to be the main lid color for this look, and when I went in with all of those shadows to blend with, all the browns and stuff, it kind of got washed away. So I wanted to go back in and make sure that it was still there and still carve it out. And then, of course, picking up another brush to blend yet again. Now I picked up a little bit more of that Americano on a smaller brush. I'll list the numbers of all the brushes down below. And I just really pushed it into my crease to kind of create like a half cut crease on the outer corner, because I really wanted to create a little bit more depth on the outer corner of my eyes. And here I go singing again. Please excuse me. But I guess I can't help it when John Mayer's on, and I just wanted to have a little party. So now I'm picking up this Mary Kay, what is this? Eye makeup remover. Jeez. Okay, picking up this Mary Kay eye makeup remover on a cotton pad, and then I'm folding it to create a line. Now, I'm doing this in order to clean up that eyeshadow that I just did. I wanted to have a pretty sharp line, and this is just a little trick that you can do. You can take a cotton pad, put some makeup remover on it, and then you just follow the line of your lower lash line. Follow that diagonal up towards the outer corner of your brow. I'm showing you another clip because you can do it. You can also do this with a Q-tip. You just have to be super careful, because obviously a Q-tip doesn't have a sharp edge, so you just have to make sure that you're following in a perfect line, and then you can go back and kind of buff out the outer portions and wipe away anything that is left over from your eyeshadow or whatever was there. This is also a great tip to fix your eyeliner. So as you can see, now both sides are even and equal and perfect. And I went ahead and did my eyeliner and mascara off camera, because let's face it, that's boring. No one wants to see that. Now I'm taking these two Chanel primers. I think they're from the LeBlanc collection. I will list them down below, but they are very good for evening out uneven skin tones and redness. They also have an SPF in them, so protection from the sun. Now I'm taking this Marc Jacobs and this Dior foundation, and I know, they look like they are completely different colors. The Marc Jacobs one actually is a little bit lighter, but this is the thing. I'm using this to cover up my scars more so than to actually apply foundation to my skin. So this foundation is so super thick, like extremely thick. I honestly don't really like to wear it like just as a foundation in itself. I only like to do it, I put it on my cheeks, and then to even out, I put it a little bit on my chin and my forehead, but I mostly put it on my cheeks to cover up those scars that I have from acne because I wanted a full coverage look today, and it's kind of hard to get that with some foundations. So now that I look like a scary pasty white monster, I'm going to go in with my actual foundation, which is actually the color of my neck, and I'm going to go ahead and put that over all of that Marc Jacobs foundation that I just used. So, you know, as a person who had acne and now has scarring and is super self-conscious about it, you just have to kind of learn little tips and tricks that work for you. Was this foundation maybe a little bit too light to put on first? Possibly. Did I put a little bit too much? Possibly, but it's okay. We're going to work with it. So I just blended out my actual foundation with a beauty blender. And that's the other thing. I used a beauty blender for that first Marc Jacobs foundation because it is so thick and I didn't want it to be super cakey. So I used a beauty blender with a light hand to buff that out. Also, if you want a full coverage face, you want to use a light hand when applying anything with a beauty blender or a foundation brush. So I did that first for the Marc Jacobs, and then I went back in with my Morphe M439 foundation brush and my actual foundation, and I just made sure to really buff everything out to make sure that there was no harsh lines, that it actually did match my neck, and that everything was okay. Then I sprayed a little bit of setting spray on my beauty blender, which was super damp, and I just pressed it all over my skin because I really wanted those foundations to blend together and to just like congeal and become one. So that's the purpose of that. I really wanted to make sure that there was no harsh lines and you couldn't see any crazy colors. Now I am going in with the Urban Decay Weightless Skin Concealer. I think that's what it's called. I love this concealer. I just got it. I've only used it a few times, but I love it so much. I just think it's wonderful. It's the perfect amount of coverage. I probably would have used a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape if I had had some in my color, but I don't right now, and I didn't want to make my under eyes super stark white. So I used this concealer, and it did the job perfectly. I also sprayed my beauty blender with that setting spray as well. This is just a little trick. It will help to blend out your concealer a little bit better if you use Fix Plus or some sort of setting spray, and this is because it's going to make the concealer really blend together with the foundation already on your skin and with your skin itself. So the purpose of a setting spray is that it kind of like mixes everything that you put on your face together to be like one flat perfect canvas that's all blended and perfectly mixed together. So whenever you spray your beauty blender with that, it kind of helps to make that happen before the end. So now I'm spraying my face again because I wanted lots of hydration because that Marc Jacobs foundation is so extra thick and cakey, and I did not want to look cakey at all. I just wanted to look like I had a full coverage face. Then I just dabbed it with my beauty blender just a tad to make sure everything was mixed in right. Now I'm picking up this RCMA No Color Powder, and I love this powder. It's so perfect. Literally, it's the biggest bottle. I mean, it's 3 ounces. That's going to last so long, and it set my face so well. Literally, my under eyes lasted all night long with no creasing, no cakiness. I didn't feel like it dried me out. I didn't feel like it didn't work and I ended up looking oily, which that's not really possible because I wish I could look oily, but I never can. I have such dry skin. So I ended up putting a little bit on a big fluffy brush and putting it all over my face just to set everything before I went in with any other powders. Now I'm just combing some clear brow gel through my crazy wild brows that love to go every which way. I wanted them to stay in place today. So now I'm picking up these 2 contour shades from that Anastasia contour kit on a small brush to go ahead and sculpt out my cheekbones. So I'm starting at the top of the ear and distributing the most product there and pulling it down to about midway, about the arch of my eyebrow. I do have a contour video coming for you soon, guys. I know I've been promising it for so long. I'm just waiting on something to come in that I ordered before I can film this video, because when I do film it, I want it to be perfect and everything be the right shade, and I just haven't really been loving this contour shade lately, so I want to make sure that I have everything just perfect for you guys when I do show you how to highlight and contour. Now I'm picking up this Morphe R2 brush with no product on it. I was just kind of like dabbing it off and like buffing out that contour that I'd already used, because I did kind of want bronzed cheeks. And then I picked up a little bit of that RCMA powder to carve out this contour to make sure that it was so sharp and so perfect that my cheeks would just look extremely sunken in and I would look so contoured and beautiful. And now I was taking these two MAC blushes and mixing them together. I love both of these shades so much. The one on the right was Peaches and the one on the left was Melba. So I just dipped a little bit into both, and then I applied that to the high points of my cheeks just to bring a little bit of color to those cheekbones. I love blush so much. I just think it like brings such a color to the skin that is just so complimentary on everyone. So I'm just applying that all over. Now I'm taking this Jeffree Star Skin Frost in the shade Crystal Ball that I talked about in one of my recent videos, and I am dabbing a Morphe 510 brush into that Skin Frost, and I'm applying that all over my cheekbones because I want it to be super glowy and super highlighted. And I just got this, so I've been looking for every excuse in the book to be able to use it. So I applied it to my chin and my nose, the bridge of my nose, and my forehead. Then I'm picking up the MAC Show Gold that I also talked about recently. I did say this was going to be my new favorite duo, so of course I wanted an excuse to do it. So here we go. I applied that over the Jeffree Star Skin Frost that I just used, and I, of course, was going heavy-handed because I just wanted to glow and be beautiful. And this shade is so subtle when you put it on, but when the light hits you, you just see a pink iridescent that is so stunning. Okay, now I'm going back with that MAC wedge that I used at the beginning, and I am buffing it out all over my lower lash line just to bring a little bit of color to those lower lashes. And I'm also picking up that brown shade that I said I didn't remember the name of, so I will list that down below for you guys, and buffing it over the wedge. Then I'm picking up these two shimmer shades from that palette as well, and highlighting the inner corners of my eye, and also highlighting my brow bone. And then I'm just going to use my finger to make sure everything's blended out, because we want everything blended. Then I'm going to pick that MAC Show Gold back up and dab just the tiniest little bit into the inner corner of my eyes, and then apply some mascara to my lower lash line to complete the majority of this look. Now I'm picking up this, I think it's Posy K, I don't know, one of the Kylie Cosmetic liners, and I am lining my lips with this shade. I am also going to kind of shade in like the outer parts of my lips, but not too much, because I'm going in with this Tarteist liquid lip sample that I got from Sephora. I had not tried it, but it looked pretty, so I wanted to give it a try today. And I think it came out very, very beautiful, especially paired with that Kylie lip liner. But of course, as always, I'm going in with my favorite lip gloss of life, the Chanel Glossimer in Sweet Beige. And then I am going to spritz my face with some makeup setting spray, the Urban Decay Chill All Night or something like that. And that completes this look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please come back and see me. I love you, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.
You like a want, so I can feel it in my arms. Nobody's gonna come save. We go too many false alarms. We're going down. You can see it.
I love you, John Mayer. Please marry me. If you're watching this, please marry me. Please.